To a Highland Girl by William Wordsworth, 1770 to 1850. Sweet Highland Girl, a very shower of beauty is thy earthly dower. Twice 7 consenting years have shed their utmost bounty on thy head, and these grey rocks, that household lawn, those trees, a veil just half withdrawn, this fall of water that doth make a murmur near the silent lake, this little bay, a quiet road that holds in shelter thy abode. In truth, together do ye seem like something fashioned in a dream, such forms as from their covert peep when earthly cares are laid asleep. But O fair creature, in the light of common day so heavenly bright, I bless thee, vision as thou art, I bless thee with a human heart. God shield thee to thy latest years, thee neither know I nor thy peers, and yet my eyes are filled with tears. With earnest feelings I shall pray for thee when I am far away, for never saw I mien or face in which more plainly I could trace benignity and homebred sense, ripening in the perfect innocence, here scattered like a random seed, remote from men thou dost not need the embarrassed look of shy distress and maidenly shamefacedness. Thou wearest upon thy forehead clear the freedom of a mountaineer, a face with gladness overspread, soft smiles by human kindness bred, and seemliness complete that sways thy courtesies about thee plays, with no restraint but such as springs from quick and eager visitings of thoughts that lie beyond the reach of thy few words of English speech, a bondage sweetly brooked, a strife that gives thy gestures grace and life. So have I, not unmoved in mind, seen birds of tempest-loving kind thus beating up against the wind. What hand but would a garland cull for thee who art so beautiful? O happy pleasure here to dwell beside thee in some healthy dell, adopt your homely ways and dress, a shepherd, thou a shepherdess. But I could frame a wish for thee, more like a grave reality. Thou art to me but as a wave of the wild sea, and I would have some claim upon thee, if I could, though but of common neighbourhood. What joy to hear thee and to see thy elder brother I would be, thy father, anything to thee. Now thanks to heaven, that of its grace hath led me to this lonely place. Joy have I had, and going hence I bear away my recompense. In spots like these it is we prize our memory, feel that she hath eyes. Then why should I be loath to stir? I feel this place was made for her, to give new pleasures like the past, continued long as life shall last. Nor am I loath, though pleased at heart, sweet Highland Girl, from thee to part. For I, methinks, till I grow old, as fair before me shall behold, as I do now, the cabin small, the lake, the bay, the waterfall, and thee, the spirit of them all. Okay, this is a poem by William Wordsworth, William Wordsworth was born in Cumberland in the Lake District, which is a very beautiful natural part of England, and he was the leading romantic poet together with Samuel Taylor Coleridge. And this poem has many classic hallmarks of Wordsworth. It's about him meeting a Scottish Highland girl, a girl in the Scottish Highlands, and she's 14 years old. And the poem is about the link between her and nature, and how he's moved to see her because she is in perfect harmony with nature. And this is, I think, how Wordsworth thinks that humans should be, is completely at one in nature, linked to nature, and joined in it, because nature is part of us, and we are part of nature. And he's feeling emotion at seeing her, because this is a girl who's extraordinarily beautiful, but also that she is perfectly in tune with nature, and he feels love and desire of well-being, and this is something that he feels will be in his heart all the rest of his life. And he feels that she is innocent and kind and has an innate wisdom, and the fact that she lives away from people, but she has a natural grace, and she's not shy, she's not self-confident, she is part of nature, that nature has made her the way she is. He makes a simile of her being like a bird that is trying to fly in the wind, and he would love to be a shepherd and live beside her, but then he also understands that this is just a scene that he has come upon, and this is not his life, although I think he would dearly love it to be, and this is something that will be engraved on his heart forever. So, To a Highland Girl by William Wordsworth. Sweet Highland girl, a very shower is thy earthly dower. So, a dower, this is related to dowry. This is your gift from nature, your gift from existing, from being on earth, and your beauty is the gift that nature has given you. Twice 7 consenting years have shed their utmost bounty on thy head. So you're 14 years old, and you are the most beautiful of girls. And these grey rocks, that household lawn, those trees, a veil just half withdrawn. This fall of water that doth make a murmur near the silent lake. So he's describing all of the things around her. They're grey rocks. There's a little bit of grass in front of her house. They're trees which are, you can just see in. They're a veil, something covering them that has just been pulled away, the trees. So you can just see into the trees. A small waterfall, which is making a murmuring sound near the lake, which is completely silent. This little bay, a bay by the sea, a quiet road that holds in shelter thy abode. So abode is the place where she lives. So all of these natural features are the place that she lives. In truth together do ye seem like something fashioned in a dream. So this whole scene together, you seem to be something that I would more likely find in a dream, not on the real earth. Such forms as from their covert peep, when earthly cares are laid asleep. This is the sort of thing that comes into your dreams, that you get a little view of, a tiny view of, when the problems of earth have gone. But O fair creature, in the light of common day so heavenly bright, I bless thee, vision as thou art, I bless thee with a human heart. So he's saying that she's a vision of heaven, and he blesses her. He wants her everything to be good for her. He wishes the best for her. He thinks that she's wonderful, and God shield thee to thy latest years. Thee neither know I nor thy peers, and yet my eyes are filled with tears. So God look after you, God shield thee, God look after you until you are old. May God let you live for many years. And yes, I don't know you. I don't know your friends, the people who are part of your life, but I feel very strong emotion about the beauty of this scene, about the serenity, about what a beautiful scene this is, what a wonderful person you are, and how lucky you are to be totally immersed in nature, to be part of nature itself. With earnest feelings I shall pray for thee when I am far away. So when I say my prayers, I will pray that everything it goes well for you, even though I'm distant, I'm in a different place. For never saw I mien or face in which more plainly I could trace benignity and homebred sense ripening in perfect innocence. So I never saw a demeanour, a way of acting, a way of holding yourself, an attitude or a face in which I could. So I never saw a person where I could that was so benign, that was so good, that was so helpful, that was so lovely, and was full of homebred sense, who understood the simple things in life and understood what made sense and what didn't. And all of these beautiful characteristics are ripening, are becoming mature, because you're 14 and you're growing up, and matured in the perfect innocence of the countryside. So all of this, and in a completely natural setting. Here, scattered like a random seed, remote from men, thou dost not need the embarrassed look of thy distress and maidenly shamefacedness. So you're here at random. You're like a seed that has been scattered and grown somewhere because it arrived there. And you're away from the world of men. You live here on your own. You don't have much contact with people. You're in nature, and like that, you're not embarrassed. You're not shamefaced. You're not timid. You don't feel any embarrassment for who you are or what you are. Whereas perhaps he's suggesting that in the world of people, we're all embarrassed by what we are, by who we are, that we are never enough. And this girl, she's very clearly happy to be herself. Thou wearest upon thy forehead clear the freedom of a mountaineer. So here is a metaphor. He's saying that she is as free as a mountaineer, because a mountaineer is on the mountain alone, and the situation is between the mountain and the mountaineer, and you are free to do what you want. A face with gladness overspread. So there's gladness, there's happiness over your face. Soft smiles by human kindness bred. So you have a soft smile, and this is because you are full of the milk of human kindness, that you are a kind and generous person. And seemliness complete that sways thy courtesy about thee plays. And your seemliness, you fit perfectly into your setting, and you are courteous and gentle, and you are perfect in your setting, with no restraint but such as springs from quick and eager visitings of thoughts that lie beyond the reach of thy few words of English speech. So you're not affected by the words of men. That you're very quiet. You don't say much, but you're not restrained. You don't hold back. You do what you think is right. You act naturally, and you're not restricted. You're not held back by the world of men. A bondage sweetly brooked a strife that gives thy gestures grace and life. So you are bound to this land. You are tied to it, and yes, your life is difficult. You have to overcome. You have a hard and difficult life here as a shepherdess, but you have a graceful and beautiful life. So have I, not unmoved in mind, seen birds of tempest loving kind, thus beating up against the wind. And now he makes a metaphor of, he's saying that the girl is like a bird that is flying in the storm, is flying against the wind. And the bird is surviving, and here she is surviving in wild nature. What hand but would a garland cull for thee who art so beautiful? So who would not pick flowers to cull, to take a garland, to kill flowers, to take flowers and make a bunch or a wreath of flowers for you because you're so beautiful? Oh, happy pleasure here to dwell beside thee in some heathy dell. And he's then thinking how I would love to live here with you, in this beautiful countryside. It would be just the most wonderful thing. Adopt your homely ways and dress, a shepherd, thou a shepherdess. And then I could live in the same homely ways, the same healthy, good natural ways as you do, and I could be a shepherd and you would be a shepherdess. But I could frame a wish for thee more like a grave reality. So this is something that I would love to do, but the reality is very different. Thou art to me but as a wave of the wild sea. So you're just like an instant in my life. You're a wave in the sea, something that has come to meet me at this moment. And I would have some claim upon thee if I could. So I would love to be part of your life. I would love to be part of this, though but of common neighbourhood, and live in the same place, to live in the same way. But this is just one wave of the sea of my life, and this is not something I can do. What joy to hear thee and to see thy elder brother I would be, thy father, anything to thee. So I would love to live here. I would love to be part of your life, and it would bring me great joy to see thee, to hear you, to listen to you. I could be like your elder brother, I could be like your father, I could be anything to you. And I would live here in peace and happiness, completely in nature. Now thanks to heaven that of its grace hath led me to this lonely place. So thank you gods for bringing me to this beautiful lonely place in the middle of nowhere. Thank you for this sight. Joy have I had. So I've had great joy, great feeling, great emotion from seeing this. And going hence I bear away my recompense, And when I go away, I will carry this in my mind. I will carry my reward because I will remember it. In spots like these it is we prize our memory, feel that she hath eyes. And coming to places like this, this is what our memory is made of, and it feels like our memory has eyes to see this beautiful place. Then why should I be loath to stir? Then why do I not want to go? Why do I refuse to leave? Because I will carry this in my memory. I will be able to see this in my mind forever. I feel this place was made for her. So this is her place. So this is her life. To give new pleasures like the past, continue long as life shall last. So this is her place, but the thought of this will give me pleasure for the rest of my life, and it will give me pleasure to think of her continuing in this place. Nor am I loath, though pleased at heart, sweet Highland Girl, from thee to part. So I think I'm not going to be sad to be separated from you, even though I have to leave you, to become separate from you. For methinks till I grow old, as fair before me shall behold, as I do now, the cabin small, the lake, the bay, the waterfall, and thee, the spirit of them all. So even though I'm going to be separated from you now that I have to go away, I think I shall always remember the sight of the small house, the lake, the bay, the waterfall, and of you, which is the spirit, the feeling, the essence of the whole scene. So this is a poem about the beauty of nature, the beauty of being in nature, the beauty of this natural scene, and how perfection is to be completely at one with nature. So, To a Highland Girl by William Wordsworth.